Okay, and it's important to know this also. It is said that those with higher levels of financial literacy, they are more likely to spend less income because they understand it, they spend money less. And they're able to create an emergency fund. It's good if you can. That's why we tell you about savings is almost an emergency fund. You don't want to be so tight in your finances until if anything happens, right. Amen, you just done lost your mind. Right. Oh my, you got to have something set aside for rain. And not that we don't trust God, but we're wise. Yeah. We want to be wise stewards. Amen.
It's called a rainy day fund. And just like you have an umbrella or whatever, because there's what's called weather. And you are not exempt because you're saved to weather. Sinners can get wet in rain. Saints will get wet in rain. Sinners catch a cold from getting wet in rain. Saints can catch a cold from getting, yes you can, wet in rain. So there's some things in life that, amen, you have to realize apply to all people. God just does not give you faith, he also gives you knowledge. That's right. He also gives you understanding. He also gives you wisdom. See? So you know how to do so that the whole thing with Joseph interpreting Pharaoh's dream, he interpreted and Pharaoh literally said, can we find anybody else so wise that can handle this? And Joseph handled it perfect because the first 7 years were just bumper crop. But the next ones was so cruel that it was like there was never a bumper crop. But there was food in Egypt. Watch this. And once the famine got heavy, people came to Egypt and they spent all their money. When their money was exhausted, they brought their property. The nation of Israel or Egypt expanded because people were giving over lands to them because they had corn. You will learn that the economy, I don't want to get ahead of myself, runs in cycles. If you have any kind of savings and recession hit, you can clean up. That same piece of property that sold for $500,000 in a recession, if you don't have to get a mortgage because you got money, oh my goodness, you can get that same piece of property for just $100,000 or a couple $100,000 because you don't have to finance it, and banks are not lending money in recessions. This is going over your head, right? No, okay, good. So when Dr. Warren said you put aside a rainy day fund, that is to protect you. But it also gives you leverage to leap on something if it comes available. That's right. And that's recession time.
All right. Amen, amen. So when you have financial literacy and you have it in order, then prosperity will seek you out. Oh. You don't have to worry about it. That's will excellent. Seek you out when that's you have financial.
That's good, Dr.
You know, because when we built our church in Lansing, $10 million church, and we were building the church, and the banks, we didn't ask for this, the banks started coming to us. Yep. And they said, we looked at your records, you got good records, listen, why don't you guys save your money, keep your money, and we can give you a loan. It'll be a low interest rate loan, and we can give you this loan. They came to our office. We didn't ask for it.
The president of the bank came down to our office.
That's right, seeking us out. Yeah. And saying, and Bishop looked at him and he put the offer, and Bishop said, no, we want to do this debt free. He said, no, you can keep your money. Right. Keep your money in there. You may use it. He said, but we're going to give it to you. We want to work with it, and wanted to give us $1 million. Bishop said, no. Right. He said, well, I tell you what, keep my card, and if you change your mind, all you need to do is give us a call. The $1 million is there. That's because when you're people that have financial literacy, prosperity will seek you out.
It will
you don't
come
have to
your
seek
way.
it. It'll find you.